This is a little different video. This video is a demonstration of some of the things about the Black Swan. You will see people all over the place talk about the Black Swan's incredible overpoweredness. You know, it's just like, oh, anything it comes up against, it just annihilates, it decimates because it's got AP. You know, so because it has AP, and of course it's a simple answer. I can decimate ships, but the decimation process comes from, first of all, a lot of practice. I have over 3 million XP at the time of this recording in my Black Swan. Now, racking up 3 million XP in a Black Swan means that I have played a few games. I have become, some might say, I have become comfortable with it, and others might even say that I would probably know what I'm talking about concerning the Black Swan after 3 million XP rack up. But I want to show something that I think that no one can perceive. No one. It's what I talk about a lot, well, somewhat, that the Black Swan is not a one-shot killer, that it is not severely overpowered. I mean, anytime anybody, and generally I know they don't know what they're talking about when they say this, the Black Swan is OP, you know, overpowered. It's a mantra, like a number of mantras, like Tier 1 has nothing but baby seals in it. You know, people still learning what the left mouse button is for, and such like that. It's not true, but it's such a repeated mantra that the repeating of the mantra makes it true. I mean, you got people that are just, they'd just be so absolutely, completely convinced of George Goebel, not George Goebel, of Goebbels, Hitler's Goebbels propaganda, you know, which his main idea of propaganda was you just keep repeating a thing until it becomes true to people. And I tell you, World of Warships has their big share of mental midgets that they've heard it said so often that it's simply true, whether they know it's true. Even if somebody who knows what they're talking about come in and say it's not true, it doesn't matter. So I want to show something here. This is just a little video to demonstrate the fact that the Black Swan does not carry nuclear-tipped shells. Okay? And it is not so overpowered that anytime it comes up against another ship, every other ship melts. Now, I'm about to melt another ship. So in the first few moments of this video, it will look as though everything I have led up to is complete bull because of what you're going to see. But we have here, my screen here, see my mouse? Okay, that's my mouse. I'm actually recording a recording, and such. I may have the sound on, I may not, I don't know, I don't care. But I am spotted because I've got an Eerie right here. This is an Eerie. I know you can barely read. The player's name is Silent Prayer. Here he is right up here. Right here, that's his health bar. Look at his health bar. He's got 749 health out of 4,950 standard health. He's only got 749 health left on this Eerie. Eerie is coming up this way. All of my people are over here. So they're coming up over here. But most of their guns are aimed in this direction. But this Eerie's coming up. Here's a Bougainville, which is right there. It's this thing at 3.1 kilometers. Yeah, here's a Black Swan down here at 4.8 kilometers. So that's the three that I'm dealing with here. Now the Black Swan's not going to figure in here, and the Bougainville is going to appear to negate everything I've said. But the Eerie is going to be our star player in this little video of just a few moments of gameplay. I've taken no damage. I know it's 6,800 here. See that? I'm 60. I've taken no damage so far in this game, but I have also, as you can see, given no damage in this game. I have yet to do anything. I have just shortly ago positioned myself The game is developed slowly. We are at basically 16 minutes, so 4 minutes of the game have passed by, essentially. So in the 4 minute mark into the game, I have been relatively hidden until this Erie's gotten close to spot me. So I am spotted merely because he is under 2 kilometers. Doesn't matter that there's an island between us. Yeah, so people talk about, oh, it's realism. Yeah, okay, here you go. There's no realism here. I should be hidden, but yet I'm spotted. So we're going to get the game started here, and I'm going to knock the game to half speed here in a minute, but we'll get started and see how things develop here. So I come on out, and I'm getting myself ready, and look at this. I have a wonderful bougainville. There's that Black Swan that's down over here at 4.7 kilometers broadside, but right now I've got this guy coming at 2. All right, so he's almost twice as close to me. The Erie is kind of out of shot. He's over here. So we're going to start in on the bougainville. And yes, the bougainville's at full health, 7,400 hit points. No hits as of yet. And so I'm going to begin taking my shots, and we'll quickly decimate this bougainville because he gives me his broadside. The bougainville is a broadside of a Hermelin. Okay, it's just, I mean, here we go. You know, we'll just watch the citadels rack up, 3 citadels. Here, I've hit him a few more times, get my aim adjusted. Now there's 2, 3 more, so it's 6 citadels altogether. There's 4, 5 citadels, plus the 3, 7 plus the 3. I had 10 citadels at least, and a sinking, and I get started on that guy as I'm moving backwards. Okay. Why am I moving backwards? Because I don't want this guy's guns to turn. I'm sitting out here exposed out in the open, and that doesn't work. Now, also over here on the mini-map, I know here is this silent prayer, this Erie. Now, I've watched that Erie's been going down in the few seconds that I was putting that juicy free kill bougainville down and such. And so silent prayer has gone down, and I really didn't have a lot of concern for him because, oh, they're going to take him right out. But sadly, he took the boat out here that was taking him down. And so he's still alive. It doesn't, you know, whatever his health is, he is still alive. And the only boat that had a shot on him really is dead. You know, that's it. These 2 guys over here that are being bothered severely by, you know, these people. And so this guy's not going to be bothered. So it's up to me. Okay, so I am now backing up, and we're going to see my guns begin to turn. I took a little bit of damage engaging that bougainville, but he took a little more, obviously. So let's back up. Now I want to do something. I want to bring my game to half speed. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to get moving here at half speed, and we're going to begin to notice something. Here we go. I know it sounds odd. All right, so here's our Erie. Here he is. Now I know that he's there, and I'm trying to get my guns away. I was trying to get one last free shot on him, and I did. And for a Citadel, and 900 for Citadel, and a few hits there. So we have now this Erie coming around. All right, and we can see now that this Erie is at 50 health points. He's got 50 HP left on him. 50. About the minimum that my Swan will do on a hit is 55. He's a 1-hit kill. All right, now let's repeat that. The minimum my Swan generally will do hitting a boat is for 55 points. That's my general minimal damage to a boat when I hit it with my shells. Just an aberrant hit. He's 50. So the first shell I shoot, generally speaking, I would probably expect to take this Erie out. Because I'm going to begin shooting in just a moment before this resets, we're going to have a tear, as it were, of 5, meaning that whatever number you see here, and right now the number is 5, it's still reading from the hits that I put on this Black Swan over here, and that Citadel was part of the hits. One of those 5 hits was a Citadel hit. But before that can reset and clear, I'm going to start hitting the Erie. And so the numbers that we see racking up here, numbers, I thought you said the first hit's going to kill him. I want you to witness a Black Swan. Point blank range, we're engaging at about 1.2. He's at 1.3 now, and he's going to come into under 1 kilometer to about 0.9, 0.8, even 0.7, I don't know, somewhere in there. Okay, but here he comes. He's going to swing right around this way. I'm going to have most of his broadside for most of this maneuver, okay, as he comes around the ice here. All right, now let's just see how things go here. And let's see how I want to do this. That should work well. Let's give that a go. So here we go. Now we're at 5 hits. My guns are coming in, and the second that my guns come in, I begin firing. 2, 4. There's 4 hits that I've just put on the Erie. Now remember, so we have a times 9. That's the number 9 right there, okay? Because I have hit the Erie 4 times. Now, generally my minimum hit 55 times 4 is what? Well, that'd be 220. But the Erie's not dead. All right, 9 is showing, but minus the 5 that was there when we got started on the Erie, so that's 4. So I've shot from my back gun 2 and my back front gun 4. Okay, and the Erie is still alive, and I've hit all 4 times. 4 hits. Here we go. There's 2 and 4. Well, wait, let's let that. There we go. Okay. Okay, here we are. My back gun and my front gun, my back front gun, I've just run a second run of salvo, salvo into the Erie. All of them have hit. So 13 minus 5, all right, is what? You got 8 shots. All right, it's 2, 4, 6, 8 shots. All of them have hit that Erie. The Erie is still alive. That's 440 damage minimum I should have done. Now, I've been hitting into the hull. Yeah, he's heavily angled down, but he wasn't angled the whole time. He wasn't angled during my first salvo, you know, but he's angled up because he's continuing to turn in, as I said he would, to turn in. Well, maybe I've done some damage. No, I haven't done any damage. There's an Erie after 8 solid hits from the Black Swan. There's an Erie with the same 50 HP that he had before we began this engagement. Okay, same amount. Okay, now I too have. He's not hit me as of yet, I don't think, with any damage here, but I'm just showing you. There's 8 shots. Okay, all right, already, you say. Just let the video run. All right, so back in I come. 10, 12. Now those 2 shots, please note, remember how low I was? He has just doubled the amount of damage that I had. He has just doubled it in the salvo of just his front guns, 2 front guns. And I have taken 2 hits from him, and in the 2 hits from the front guns of an Erie, I am twice as damaged as I was before. We had stopped at 13, I think it was. Right? Yeah, we'd stopped at 13. That's right. Now we're at 17. Okay, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. One more salvo from my back gun and my back front gun. Okay, and yet another salvo. This means I'm up now to what? 12 shots. I have hit this guy 12 times, and the last 4 shots I have now, I realized in these few seconds, I'm hitting his hull and nothing's happening. Let me go to his superstructure. So I hit in his lower superstructure and his mid forward superstructure in the last 4 shots that I took. You see, I can't afford to have him around long because just his 2 of his guns have just slightly over doubled the amount of damage that I had already taken. I have hit him 12 times. A 1-shot kill. I have hit him 12 times. 12 times. 4 of those 12 times in the superstructure. Just saying, forget the hull. Okay? And he's still alive. He's still alive. So I take a game again. There's 2. There's 4. Right? There's 2. There's 4. 17 plus 4 is 21. We are up to 21 shots on this boat that is under a kilometer away. Every one of them solid hits. No breaks, no bounces, no anything. So 21, excuse me, we're up to 21 shots, but 21 minus 5, we're up to 16 shots now. Okay, so I have taken, excuse me, about the 21. 21 minus 5. We've taken 16 shots at this boat. Remember, the boat's a 1-shot kill. Here's my new health. All right, remember I just had the front end of my nose here, the front end done. Now I'm at twice as much damage. When I talk about being afraid of Eries, it's not hyperbole. This is what Eries do. They decimate swans. They are swan kryptonite. And this is what swans do to Eries, by the way. Okay, this is what swans do to Eries. All right, we're at 16 shots. 21 minus 5, 16 shots. And Erie with 50 HP is still alive. Still alive with 50. There's 2 more shots. Or 4 more shots, excuse me. 4 more shots. Now, notice, after 23, or not, excuse me, not 23, after 19, why? Because it only registers 24, which means shots 17 and 18 from my back gun did no damage. Shot 19 from my back front gun did at least 50 damage, or 55 damage, which was the full 50 that it had. And shot 2 from my back front gun from the second barrel didn't do any damage because the first shot took him out. Alright, so it will suddenly now register only an even number because 3, 1, 2, 3 on the 3rd shot, the 3rd shell ignited it, or blew him up. So I shot 18 shells, every one of them hitting this Erie. Some of them in his hull, some of them in his superstructure. 18 shots did 0 damage to the Erie. On the 19th shot, damage registered. And remember, basically my smallest amount of damage is 55. So any damage it registered, even the smallest amount, would do more than he did. That's why I said he was a 1-shot kill. But it took 18 dud shots to finally get 1 dead shot. Okay? And take a look. The Erie had time to shoot me 1 more time. Remember, only its 2 front guns. And take a look again. See, it's taking me out in what? That's probably about 500. No, I'm at what, 3163. What was I at just a second ago? Oh, this is before we got started here. Let's just get moving here a little bit more. Yeah, 48, 42, 31. So 1100. It hits me with each shot. Yeah. So yeah. So here we go. So when people talk about how overpowered 31 went from 42 to 31, so his shots were averaging every time he hit me 1100. How much time have I got to deal with the Erie? Oh, you got plenty of time because you got an overpowered ship. That 18 times did 0 damage. 18 shots. 18 shells, should I say, which is equivalent to what, 9? Yeah, 9 hits or 9 firings. You know, so people say, oh, you fire so quick, you fire like a machine gun. You see why I have to fire like a machine gun? First of all, my guns are wildly inaccurate. But this particular time, my guns were accurate, but they're also pitiful. They are the smallest caliber of main gun in the game at 102 millimeters. All right? And I didn't have much longer. He'd have just kept shooting me and taking me down 1100 at a time, which would have been about 2 more salvos on his part. I had to fire quick in order to get him down 50 points. And the time it took him to take me down over 2200 HP. He had the same amount of time I had. And in that time he took me down 2200 HP and I took him down 50. So when people talk about how the Swan is overpowered, okay, this, me, theLaalaa, this guy right over there, I now have over 3 million XP in the Swan. And so I'm telling you, the reason that I am successful in the Swan is because I use it in unique ways. Not because it has nuclear tipped missiles, but the placement of its armament, the capability of its movement, the built-in stealthiness. These are the reasons that I play this boat. I play it because I can play it very differently. I'm not just another Hashadati floating out in the water with the Ching-Ans and the whatever, and just another mope sailing around the middle of the water. This boat allows me to play warships in a very different style than every other boat at Tier 1. And the reason I'm effective is because I play it differently. But you've just taken a look that I can take 2200 damage by one boat in the time it takes me to do 50. And so I wanted to put this together and harp on it and drive it home. This was such a wonderful little clip as I was rummaging through some of my stuff, and I thought this would be a perfect example of what I talk about, particularly with the Erie being the battleship, as it were, and as far as its ability to take damage is concerned. If the drivers of the Erie drive it like a battleship, and such, and why the Swans must be very careful. And you know what? If you see a Black Swan, if you have Black Swans on your team, you see Eries on the opposite team, if you want your Swans to be effective with their AP, then you, with your Ching-Ans and your Hashadatis and even your Hermelins, you get those Eries out of the way, and your Swans will really be able to put the pressure on. But the Eries are the Swans' kryptonite, and this was just a wonderful example of that situation here. So, all right, well, thanks for watching. Hopefully you've learned a little something. You can comment if you want to down below, and I certainly answer just about all comments. Carry on conversations. It's quite enjoyable to do that. So, anyway, again, thanks for looking in on it.